Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3 with me, Break It Down. Before we go speak to the mysterious Red Wizard, let's backtrack. Because it's come to my attention, I may have missed some loot.
You're an impressive fighter, Gale. You should consider a new name.
I take it you have some suggestions?
The Wizard Wonder. Or how about the Master of the Weave?
Tempting. But I think we might already have the maximum number of theatrical titles.
With haste.
We only have the one, right? I'm guessing that is a slight towards Will. Oh. A strange chunk of amber. This chunk of amber has 3 drops of blood suspended inside of it. I wonder if that'll be a quest item or if that's just a reference to Jurassic Park, which had a mosquito suspended in the amber, but still.
Is this it? Seems a little underwhelming for a holy relic.
Is this it for what? And Hoarfrost Boots grants Hoarfrost balance. You cannot fall prone while traversing icy terrain. A smattering of tiny ice crystals have formed cleats on the soles of these hardy boots. I believe that was the only one. I thought I hovered over this previously.
Not working right now.
So normally you should be cautious of red wizards because they're usually from Thay and are usually bad news. Something tells me this guy might be a friendly face.
Who there, wanderer? Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
Can't help but smile when you hear that opening line. Oh there, wanderer. Also, I think Gale ruined the surprise, but it's fine. I think some proper introductions are in order.
Meet Elminster Ormar. A good friend of mine, but rather more significantly, he's the most famed and respected wizard in the realms.
Am I, indeed? Most famed and respected errand boy, more like. I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught, but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it?
I suppose we could part with a few of our rations.
And a great kindness that would be. See, Gale? Even in these barren parts, the art of hospitality begets inspired new works. If only one keeps up the practice.
Oh, for the love of...
This way then? To your camp. Oh, don't dawdle now, lad. You're the one who's in such a frightful hurry.
Oh, nigh on 13 centuries old and he still thinks with his stomach. We'd best follow and see if he's more disposed to speak plainly once it's stopped its grumbling.
We'll meet him in camp later. Let him have his rest and repast in the meantime.
There go our best supplies.
So either the Elminster we just met is an imposter, and he's killing a bunch of small animals, or they're dead because we're getting closer to the curse that Halsin was talking about.
Do not walk in darkness. Turn to the light. Pass at your peril. Beware of the shadows. Do not enter.
Alright, so we will not go that far yet. Instead, we'll return to camp, speak with Elminster, and then seek out the Underdark. A really pretty campsite.
My first tour of a Githyanki creche. Memorable, to be certain, but the service left something to be desired.
Well met.
I was hoping they'd talk about Elminster.
You wish to speak?
We do have a legendary wizard in our camp. I'm hoping someone has something to say.
The sooner we get out of this Gith warren, the better.
Looks like we're done here. Pity. This place has been a wild ride.
I suppose not many can boast that they've been to a Githyanki creche and survived. Perhaps that's a good omen for our chances going forward, if you're feeling optimistic.
You must have questions.
Walking freely out of a Githyanki creche. A miracle if ever I've seen one. And trust me, I've seen quite a few.
Ah, there you are. Now, I hope you don't mind. I have ingratiated myself into the most palatable graces of your provisions. You find me quite sated indeed. Yes, what a delightful wedge of old Arthurian that was. Doesn't do to parley on an empty stomach, you know. Makes one's words frivolous when they should be grave. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster.
Right. You see, well, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mystra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
What message and what charge would that be?
The long-awaited question. Now, if you please, Elminster, for the too long-awaited answer.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mystra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mystra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils.
If the goddess herself is aware, I wouldn't say no to some divine intervention.
The very purpose of my presence. In a roundabout sort of way. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can.
She wants him to explode. But we'll inquire about it. Gale alone. How so?
The orb.
Precisely. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help, or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
Option 3. That's monstrous. You're asking him to kill himself.
He is not. But it seems that Mystra is.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. Mina hastra Mystra Italion Thras Annas Kith'rak. It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
There's still a long journey ahead. We'll find another way.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
Poof. Now he's gone. Well, if the waves of fate can be broken upon the shores of will, I think we have a paladin in the party. I'm like 90% will, 5% conviction, and 5% biceps.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
An old man with a craving for cheese. Hardly the great wizard of legend.
A wizard doesn't reach Elminster's age without enjoying their home comforts. Those who seek danger over cheese don't tend to live as long. For Mystra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
You're seriously considering what Elminster said. Sorry, doing what Elminster said.
Of course. We offer the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
I don't understand. Can't Mystra just destroy the absolute? Or Elminster himself?
I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Ao would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he's saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it.
But have you seen my hammer? I could probably kill a god with that. There's surely another way.
If there was, I'm sure the goddess of magic and the greatest wizard who ever lived would have identified it. But alas, only one solution is offered. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
I think Mystra is just being petty, considering they're falling out. I'm sure there's another way. I mean, if push comes to shove, I may let him blow himself up. I'll make sure we find it, Gale. I promise.
Then I suppose there is nothing more to be done but find the heart of the Absolute and stop its beating.
Alright, let's take a long rest, and then head to the Underdark. I guess I don't really need to take a long rest here. Let's check in with everybody and see if they talk about Elminster now.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that.
If it were for the whole Warlock Pact, I think he'd make a good paladin.
You wish to speak?
How can I help?
Is Mystra always such a demanding goddess?
She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me.
I think you underestimate the pettiness of gods. How are you feeling? It can't be easy, facing the possibility of death.
Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad?
That was Elminster Almar, the most famous wizard in the realms.
It doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope.
Not quite. I don't think it was. It turns out Gale has an explosive bomb in his chest, and Mystra has asked him to use it to blow up the heart of the Absolute.
Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mystra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do?
I'm not sure. I think he's of several minds.
Well, tell him to pick the right one. Or better yet, I'll do it. Fucking wizards, man. They always need help picking the simple, obvious option. If Mystra can't think of another way to stop the Absolute than sacrificing Gale, she's no god worth worshipping. I'll say that to Gale in, you know, gentle terms.
Like how exasperated she sounded.
I can't believe Mystra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common. Very serious of you, but go ahead. It's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you before about wanting to become a Dark Justiciar, but perhaps I should be content with my lot. I'm already blessed to have you at my side, after all.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mystra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mystra is concerned only for herself. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.
Alright. Let's go catch some Z's and head below. We just need 6. Perfect. I would like to keep Will in my party, but I think we'll need Astarion in the Underdark.
Well met. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
You're staring at me again. What do you want? Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Lead on.
Does it make you long rest again? Everybody's in their PJs.
Supreme Kith'rak, has Vlaakith sent you to slay me with your own blade?
I've not come to kill you, Lae'zel. I've come to aid you.
Don't trust him.
Skakek Kier Gith Shabeleth. My blade rests. Mother Gith compels you to listen.
Not to Lae'zel. She should take the lead.
Speak. My ear is yours.
I know you carry the astral prism, Lae'zel. Within it lies the seed of Vlaakith's demise, and I intend to help you bring it to fruition.
Vlaakith's demise? Skaketh. I should run you through for suggesting it.
Are you talking about the person inside? Do you know who that is?
If they have not said, they must have good reason, and I won't be the one to betray them. But the one inside's chosen you as an ally, protects you with their power. That very power will be the end of Vlaakith's tyranny. The Prism's tenant must be let loose. I've sought their freedom for eons. When the Prism went missing, I feared the worst. Instead, you've granted the opportunity I've so long awaited. All that remains is the key that unchains them. And I've found someone who I believe can provide it. Bring the Prism to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting in a taproom called Shares's Caress. That is where we decide the fate of my people. Lae'zel, together we will break our chains and be Vlaakith's slaves no longer.
I am no slave, just still Kith'rak. The Undying Queen is my freedom. It is she who will purify me, and she who will ascend me.
Lies, Lae'zel, every last one. There is no purification, no ascension. The Zaith-Isk does not purify, it extracts memory and kills the infected. Nor does the Lich Queen glorify the ascended. She feeds on most all of them to grow her power and pursue godhood.
Madness! You flood me with this heresy. I will hear no more of it.
He speaks true of the Zaithisk. You need to trust him.
I served Vlaakith the whole of my life. Learned her words, fought her battles, yet she names me her Sharlak. Your words carry truth. I will meet you in Baldur's Gate. Do not make me regret it.
Lae'zel, I see Talak Magir in you, sister in freedom. Together we will be our people's light. Take this. It is a Quanith, a psionic detector. The Queen's warriors hunt you. The Quanith will sound you out when you come near their portals. Hear its cry and prepare for battle, or slip away. I should go. Vlaakith's gaze pierces the seas and skies. She believes me loyal, and I can't afford her mistrust. Keep the astral prism close. Let no one take it from you. Slay any who try. Now to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting, Lae'zel.
So a Quainith psionic detector. Barely perceptible magic flows from this unusual device. It is searching, seeking, listening. Which means it's also listening to us. At least that's my takeaway.
Vlaakith Kosivim Chrath Crashhead. Only in Vlaakith may we find light. These were the first words I ever read on Tirsu's slate. But they are no mere aphorism. They are law. They are creed. The root from which the 10,000 protocols stem. Forsake one protocol, and forsake Vlaakith. Forsake Vlaakith, and be the blood and meat which sates her dragons. If Voss speaks true, if Ascension is a lie, if tadpole purification is a fairy tale, then I have not sinned against Vlaakith. She has sinned against me.
What does Ascension entail exactly?
Ascension is a young Githyanki's greatest honor. Long ago, the Gale enslaved my people. They dominated our minds and bred us for war, until Great Mother Gith took a hammer to our bonds. From the day of our hatching, young Gith have one purpose: to train hard enough to slay a Gale and take its head. Then, we speak the rite of Ascension, and a red dragon comes to fly us to Vlaakith in Tunarath, City of Death. We are honored with an eternal home in the Astral, celebrated for our victory. We are ascended. Or so I believed.
Voss called Vlaakith a tyrant. Does this mean you agree?
I'd never thought Vlaakith a tyrant, or me as a vassal. She was the source of my might, and I the envoy of her will. A warrior, a champion, a destroyer. But if Voss is right, and Vlaakith consumes the Ascended to gain power, then I am no destroyer. I am mere livestock, bred to be harvested and devoured. Every Githyanki is a slave with a singular purpose. Not to cull the Gale, not to prevent their grand design, but to raise Vlaakith to true godhood.
Who is the one in the prism, do you think?
I don't know. I can't know. And that drives me mad. At first, I thought them an illithid deception, a trick of the tadpole. But the dream figure is real. It lives in the prism. Voss believes they are the seed of Vlaakith's demise and the agent of Githyanki freedom. And I believe he may be right.
I'm gonna guess that it's Orpheus. Because Orpheus has been talked about several times. And believing in Orpheus is against Vlaakith's will. And Orpheus at one time tried to overthrow Vlaakith, or prevent her from overthrowing him. Because he was the true heir, correct? So that's my guess. And if Voss is wrong, if his claims are wrong and Vlaakith's are real,
then, when the Kith'raki come for me, and come they will, I will submit to their blades. They would feed me to their dragons, and I would deserve no better.
well, let's move on.
Yes. I'd like time to think. We'll meet Kith'rak Voss at Cheres's Caress in Baldur's Gate. Until then, be vigilant. Vlaakith's eyes are upon us.
Well, at least it didn't make me use more rations. Let's just double check. Actually, people might have something to say about the Githyanki in camp.
So, Lae'zel's going to war with Vlaakith? Going to break her chains in Baldur's Gate? Good for her.
What will Voss have to show for himself when we catch up with him, I wonder? His intelligence may yet prove the key to unlocking the artifact's secrets. We should ensure we follow up when we reach Baldur's Gate.
So we're going to meet Voss in the city, are we? Set the tenant of the prison free? This is all very, I don't know. I like a good caper, but I'd long for a tiny bit of status quo now and again.
There's a schism growing among the Githyanki people, and Lae'zel just took one step towards choosing a side.
I'll check in with Halson, but he just says the same thing every time.
I didn't expect Lae'zel to turn on the Lich Queen so readily. Wonders never cease.
We must press forward. Let's deal with Kith'rak, then find Voss in Baldur's Gate.
Cool, so this put you right at the waypoint.
What to do?
Well, let's get our buffs out.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Maybe I'll wait and use this when we come across animals, but we could always come across an encounter where we may miss the opportunity to speak. Like with the ox behind Joaquin's Rest. I think if we weren't able to speak to him, he would have attacked us. So, we'll play it safe. We have a handful of those potions, we can always buy more. If I remember correctly, probably a lever around here somewhere, but it's out this way. We saw these... Yep. Petrified drow. So,
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
we'll park right here. And next time, we'll go see what petrified these drow. My guess is a beholder, but we'll see. For now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.